Hi everyone, I'm camped out at an oasis in the northern Utah desert. It's a beautiful place out here. You'll be seeing more about this place in the video after this one. But in this video, I wanted to test and review a product that I've had for a couple of months that I bought with my own money. I got it from Walmart. It's a little $12 electric heater. When I bought it, it was around $12. Then I saw it like a month later for, I think $9 or $10 on sale. So not an expensive little thing. This is the heater in question. I'm gonna test it out tonight. It's gonna be around, I think 22 degrees tonight. That was the forecast for here. So it should be a good test for this little guy. Let's take a look at it. Let's open it up and see what all the features are and everything. Here's a closer look at the box. It is the Soleil Personal Electric Ceramic Heater. I will put a link to this to walmart.com in the video description. I looked on Amazon and I couldn't find, at least I don't think I could find this exact unit, but there are several similar things for around $20. So even though it's twice the price, really not that much more money. So as far as safety features go, here, there's a tip over safety switch. So if you knock it over, it'll turn off, presumably so that it doesn't catch anything on fire. There's an overheat safety fuse, and it offers a cool touch exterior. As far as controls and settings go, there's one setting, so you can't adjust the temperature or anything like that. I think it's just an on-off switch. And there's a power indicator light, and it draws 250 watts. So what does that mean exactly, and how am I going to use this thing? Well, 250 watts is not nothing. That's actually quite a bit of power. This is not the kind of thing that you can run off of a little portable battery bank made to charge a phone, for example. You need a pretty serious portable battery bank to use this kind of thing. Anyway, let me show you how I'm going to power this thing. I'm going to be using the Jackery Explorer 1000. And this is a 1000 watt hour, 1000 watt portable power station. That 1000 there, that is, if you are any good at math, that is 4 times the 250 watts required for the heater. And so with this heater drawing 250 watts, you could run it for 4 hours, then it would use 1000 watts, and that means it would deplete my portable battery bank completely. I'm not interested in running down my battery bank. I'm not interested in running this little heater for 4 hours. My use case here is that maybe before bed you want to heat up your car a little bit. You don't want to turn on your engine for whatever reason, but you still want to, make it a little bit easier to go to sleep. Maybe if you're a cold sleeper, you want to warm up the inside of your car. Perfectly reasonable thing to do. Is this something you could use for that? So I'm going to see, first of all, exactly how much power it does draw. It says 250 watts. We'll see how it compares in reality. And then I'm going to run it for, 10 minutes. See what the inside temperature is at the start, and then see what it is after 10 minutes. See how much it heated up the car. If it doesn't do anything in 10 minutes, I might do it for 20 minutes or half an hour. I don't know. I guess we'll see. I've never used this thing before. I've never taken it out of the box. Let's open it up. Right at the start here, we have a big old warning label. I will read that later, and if there's any relevant information, I will relay that to you. And inside we have just no surprise here, it's a little heater. And it looks like there's also an instruction manual and owner's guide, which is a single piece of paper folded in half. On-off switch, nothing fancy. Nice and small, it's a good size for traveling. Then here we have our little wall outlet. There's still about half an hour of daylight left. It's not very late, and then it's going to be several more hours until I'm ready for bed. And during that few hours, the inside of the car, the temperature will drop. So hopefully by the time I go to sleep, or by the time I'm ready to go to sleep, it'll be nice and chilly inside, and we can go ahead and test out the little heater. So see you in a few hours. All right, everyone, it is go time. It is 8:13 p.m. I'm in my RAV4 for the night. It is 24 degrees outside, 50 degrees inside. I have a little indoor-outdoor thermometer that you cannot see right now. In case you couldn't see it before, there's the the thermometer information. I have an indoor-outdoor thermometer. And then here is where I have the heater. So this is on top of my little cabinet in the back here. These are my feet down here. I'm in my sleeping bag, partially in my sleeping bag. This over here on the left is my cabinet where I have clothes and toiletries and everything like that. To the left here, just to get you more oriented, this is the Jackery, 1000 watt power station, 1000 watt hour portable power station, and then the fridge is right there. So basically what I learned from reading the manual is that this thing needs to be free from things that can catch fire anywhere around it. It said a 1 foot on the sides, which I have, 1 foot of clearance on the sides. I'm good there. Then 1 foot behind it. I'm good there. And then 3 feet in front of it. So I think this is a pretty good spot here for it. Let's go ahead and plug it in and get this thing going. By the way, I'm filming with a big panel light here, so it's a little bit cumbersome. So if I'm kind of moving things around, if I'm struggling a little bit, that's why. Oh, and one other thing I wanted to show you on this circle thing on the bottom, that white circle, that is the tip over switch. So when you place it down, that switch is engaged. Then if it's tipped over, that switch is released, and so that automatically turns it off. Thought that was kind of neat. The cord here is decently long. It's maybe, I don't know, 5 or 6 feet. So let's go ahead, plug this in over here. Turn on the AC here. That sound you heard, I don't know if you heard it, but that was the inverter kind of powering on. Now let's turn this sucker on and see what happens. Okay, the light went on. I'm feeling some air come out of it already. It's not hot yet, of course. I'm gonna set a timer for 10 minutes and I'll get back to you and we'll take a look at the temperature after that. It's only been about a minute, but the air is pretty darn warm coming out of that thing now. Let's take a look at the Jackery, see what's happening over here. It started off at 90, let's see if you can see this. It started off at 98%, and it's drawing 268, 264, 266 watts, somewhere in that range. Okay, it's been 10 minutes. Nothing is on fire. So far, so good. The Jackery's at 94%. The temperature is still 22 outside and it's 52 inside, so the temperature went up 2 degrees. So not a huge improvement, 2 degrees in 10 minutes. I'm gonna let it run for another 10 minutes here and see how it goes. 20-minute update, still not on fire, so that's good. But it's really not making a difference here. Still 23 degrees outside, still 52 inside. Now I'm sure it's warmer up here. Hot air rises, obviously. And so, like if I feel the ceiling here, I can definitely feel that it's a little bit warmer. But, I mean, I'm down here. I don't sleep on the ceiling, I sleep down here. And so it's not super useful in that sense, I guess. And I don't know if I said this, but it's at 89 degrees here, or 89%, the Jackery here. Started off at 98%, I believe, so it's gone down 9% in 20 minutes. Gonna keep it running for another 10 minutes, and we'll see if anything changes. Okay, it's been half an hour, it's been 30 minutes. It's still working, still blowing hot air. We are at 24 degrees, 23 degrees outside, 51 degrees inside, so not an appreciable difference at all. We're at 84%, and remember we started at 98, so it's drawn down 14% in the last half hour. Still pulling 264-ish watts. Let's see if the automatic shutoff here works. So just to double check, it is still pulling out hot air. Oh, yeah, it did. That worked. Well, that's good. When that shut off, this shut off too. Now it's pulling just 10 watts, and that's for probably charging the battery that I'm charging down here. And the inverter also shut off, so it's not making sound anymore. So what did we learn here? Well, that thing isn't worth it. It was only $12, but I mean, it doesn't feel any warmer in here. According to the thermometer, it's not any warmer in here. It's just not worth it. It didn't make any real difference. I'm sure if you ran it for like hours and hours, you might be able to feel it a little bit. But again, I mean, that would just draw so much power from your power station that it's definitely not worth it. You're better off either running the heater in the car, just make sure the tailpipe isn't blocked or anything like that. Much better doing that, or getting a 12-volt heated blanket. Those are much more efficient and they do work. Or just do what I do and bring 2 or 3 sleeping bags. I've slept into single-digit temperatures Fahrenheit in my car here, just with like 3 or 4 sleeping bags. And I think that's the best way for most people, just have more insulation on you and around you. If you're camping in a vehicle like this, don't even bother with a little ceramic heater like that. I have to admit, I'm a little bit surprised. I thought it would work better than that. I thought it would be at least a few more degrees. And one interesting thing to note is that I have all the windows up right now. So it's definitely going to be warmer in here than outside, just from my body heat being in here for the last couple of hours. If I were to roll the windows down, which I do every night, this thing would have even less impact, I think. I always have the windows down when I sleep, just for ventilation, to get fresh air in here, and then also to help with condensation buildup. The better air circulation you have in here at night, the less of an issue you'll have with condensation inside your car. And so even best case scenario, with the windows rolled up, the heater didn't do anything, didn't do any good. So don't bother, save your money, and hope you found this video helpful. I enjoyed doing this. I liked this little experiment. Didn't turn out the way I hoped it would, but at least I now know, and you guys do too. And so let me know what you think. Let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if you've ever tried to use something like this in a small space, in a small vehicle like this, or even in a bigger one, I guess, in an RV or van or whatever. Let me know what your experiences have been, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Be sure to check out Adventure Know-How, my new site, where you can gain access to a map of all of my free campsites, plus monthly bonus videos that you won't find anywhere else. Learn more at adventureknowhow.com. And for links to everything else SUV RVing related, visit suvrving.com. Links to these sites and more will be in the video description.